When you find yourself moving through life feeling like you're carrying your whole world on your back, I want you to remember something. Every person who has ever stood tall has had seasons where they walked alone. Loneliness doesn't mean you're losing. It often means you're leveling up. Sometimes isolation is the universe clearing the noise so you can hear your own voice, your own truth, your own calling. Staying strong in those moments starts with understanding that your journey is not a punishment, it's preparation. Growth doesn't happen in comfortable rooms. It happens in quiet nights when you ask yourself who you really are and who you're willing to become. Strength isn't built by applause, it's built by endurance. And right now, even if you don't see it, you're becoming someone with deeper purpose and sharper vision than ever before. The first thing you must hold on to is this: protect your mindset. When you feel alone, your thoughts get louder, and not all of them come to lift you. That's when you have to speak life into yourself. Remind yourself that you are not defined by the moment you're in, but by the direction you're moving toward. Feed your spirit with the words, the music, the memories that remind you of your power. When doubt shows up, don't negotiate with it. Replace it with belief. Speak your future into the room, even if you're the only one in it. The second key is to stay committed to your mission. Loneliness can trick you into thinking you've lost your way when really you've been given room to focus. Use this time to plant seeds, skills, habits, visions that will grow into everything you've prayed for. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep taking steps, even small ones. Momentum doesn't care if you're surrounded or standing solo. It only cares that you move. So if you feel alone tonight, breathe, ground yourself, lift your chin. You are not abandoned. You are being aligned. The world hasn't forgotten you, it's waiting on you. And when you step out of this season stronger, wiser, more rooted in who you are, you'll look back and realize that the moments you thought were breaking you were actually molding you. Stay solid, stay focused. And remember, your story isn't over, it's just getting stronger. Here's an expanded, detailed version of Keynote 1 written in the same dynamic, charismatic, motivational style you requested. Without headings or signs and over 500 words. When life grows quiet and you suddenly realize you're moving through your days without the voices, the reassurance, or the company you once had, it can feel like the world has stepped back from you. In that silence, the mind starts asking dangerous questions. Why am I alone? Did I do something wrong? Am I strong enough to handle this? But what most people never understand is that solitude is not always a sign of loss. Sometimes it's a sign of elevation. When everything around you becomes still, it's often because your spirit is being given a chance to rise without interference. Protecting your mindset begins the moment you stop seeing loneliness as an enemy and start viewing it as an instructor. The mind is powerful, and in isolation, it becomes even more influential. Without the noise of others, your thoughts stretch out, they echo, and they begin shaping how you see yourself and your place in the world. If you don't choose those thoughts with intention, they'll choose themselves, and they usually choose fear, doubt, or anxiety. So the first step in staying strong is taking responsibility for the narrative running through your own head. You have to speak to yourself like someone worth believing in. When the world is quiet, your voice becomes the most important sound you hear. Tell yourself that this moment is temporary, that you're in transition, that you're preparing for something greater than what you've known. Tell yourself that isolation is sharpening you, not breaking you. Speak with conviction, even if your voice shakes. Because every time you affirm your strength, your mind takes note. It starts rewriting the script. Instead of thinking, I'm alone, it begins to think, I'm becoming. Protecting your mindset also means being intentional about what you allow into your mental space. If you surround yourself with negativity, whether it's music, media, memories, or the replay of old mistakes, your loneliness will deepen. But if you choose what nourishes you, what inspires you, what reminds you of your resilience, your solitude becomes a sanctuary rather than a prison. Put on that song that lifts your spirit. Read words that challenge you to grow. Remember moments where you overcame what you thought would destroy you. Feed your mind what you want your life to reflect. And understand this: being alone does not mean being empty. Many of the world's strongest individuals forged their identity in moments where they had no one to lean on but themselves. Those quiet hours forced them to listen inward, to trust their instincts, to learn their strengths. You're in that same classroom right now. Your solitude is teaching you how to rely on your own character, how to manage your emotions, how to stand firm in the face of uncertainty. It's teaching you that you don't need constant validation to know your worth. As you protect your mindset, you begin to realize something powerful. The world outside may be silent, but inside, you are becoming louder, more grounded, more alive. And when you emerge from this season, you won't be the same. You'll be more intentional with your relationships. You'll know which voices deserve to be close to you and which ones only distracted you. You'll trust yourself in a way you never did before. That is the gift of this moment. Your strength doesn't come from who stands with you. It comes from who you decide to be when no one is watching. And right now, in this space that feels lonely, you are being given the chance to build a mindset so powerful that nothing in the world can shake it. Keep speaking life into yourself. Keep choosing thoughts that lift rather than limit. Protect your mind, because every victory you will ever experience starts there. When you find yourself moving through life without the support, the encouragement, or the presence you once depended on, it becomes easy to lose sight of your mission. Loneliness has a way of making the path ahead look blurry, like the road you were walking suddenly shifted under your feet. But the truth is this: your mission doesn't disappear just because the crowd around you thins. Purpose does not evaporate when people do. If anything, the moments where you stand alone are the moments where your dedication is tested the most. And those tests are how you discover what you're truly made of. Staying committed to your mission starts with understanding that your calling is bigger than the circumstances surrounding you. Whatever you're working toward, healing, success, growth, clarity, peace, it will demand consistency even when you don't feel supported, even when you don't feel seen, even when the motivation isn't flowing naturally. This is where many people fall off. They believe that purpose should always feel good. They expect the journey to stay smooth. But anyone who has ever accomplished something meaningful can tell you this: the most transformative progress often happens when no one is clapping, no one is watching, and no one is validating the work you're doing. This is why commitment becomes your anchor. When you're alone, you have more room to focus. With fewer distractions, your habits reveal themselves. Your discipline steps forward. Your truth becomes harder to avoid. Loneliness can feel like an obstacle, but in reality, it's a spotlight pointing directly at the areas you need to strengthen. Use that spotlight. Let it show you what requires tightening, adjusting, or improving. Let it show you what's been slowing you down or holding you back. Let it reveal the parts of your mission you've been neglecting. The power in staying committed during isolation is that every step you take becomes a declaration. I believe in my future even when it's quiet. That level of commitment builds a force inside you that can't be shaken later. When you push through loneliness and continue moving toward your goals, you train your mind to rely on discipline instead of emotion. You teach your spirit to rise even when inspiration is nowhere to be found. You evolve from someone who wants success into someone who is becoming success. Staying committed also means planting seeds even when you don't see instant results. Every small improvement, every disciplined choice, every honest effort is a seed that will eventually grow roots. Your job isn't to force the harvest. Your job is to keep planting, keep learning, keep practicing, keep showing up. These seeds accumulate quietly. You may feel like nothing is happening, but slow growth often becomes the most powerful transformation. One day you'll look back and realize that the version of you who kept moving, despite feeling alone, created opportunities, breakthroughs, and blessings you could have never seen coming. And remember, being committed doesn't mean being perfect. It means being persistent. It means understanding that progress comes in waves, some big and some small, but each one pushes you closer to the life you're building. Some days you'll walk fast, other days you'll crawl. Both are movement. Both keep you in the game. Both reinforce that your mission is alive inside you. The beautiful thing about continuing your mission in solitude is that you become your own source of momentum. You learn to trust your pace. You gain clarity about what truly matters. You start shaping your life intentionally rather than reactively. And when new people eventually arrive, people who understand your journey, respect your vision, or align with your growth, you'll recognize them instantly, because you'll finally be standing in the kind of self-awareness that only solitude could teach you. So keep walking, keep building, keep creating, keep becoming, even when it's quiet, even when it's heavy, even when it feels like nobody sees the work you're putting in. Commitment in solitude is not a burden. It's the foundation of everything strong, stable, and unstoppable you will ever create. And as you carry these truths with you, I want you to understand something deep in your spirit. The season you're in right now is not the end of your story. It's the sharpening, the stretching, the shaping of someone who is going to walk stronger, speak louder, and stand taller than ever before. You are learning resilience that can't be taught in comfort. You are developing discipline that can't be borrowed from anyone else. You're finding a power that only reveals itself when the world steps back and you're left face to face with your own potential. Even on the days when it feels heavy, you're rising. Even when it feels quiet, you're growing. Even when you can't see the results yet, the work you're doing within yourself is building a future you'll one day be proud to step into. Trust that. Trust your direction. Trust the version of you that refuses to give up, even when the room is empty. So walk forward with your head high. Honor the journey that's shaping you. Protect your mind. Stay committed to your mission. And remember, the strength you're building in solitude will one day become the light that the world sees in you. Your story is not defined by who walks with you. It's defined by who you become along the way.